Yeah, I mean, you've got an SD, right? So you're going to be able to build up a ton of stacks for both your Pango and your TA. And you're playing on the dire side, so that's a little bit easier. My main concern is always you can make rotations, you can get kills, blah, 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 but unless you're able to take objectives off the back of it, are you really achieving anything? And I feel like until Ukyo gets like a Desolator, they're going to have difficulty doing that, right? Because SD, not the most aggressive support. Doom, probably not the most aggressive as well. So it's really just putting a lot onto the back of a Monkey King and a Pangolier, which at the early stages, you can kind of just run away from it, right? Clockwork can drop down the cogs, Quap can blink away, DP can just get off of a couple of Spirit Siphons and be fine. So that's my main issue for iG.Vitality. Can you open up the map quickly enough before the TA is able to actually contribute? We have seen, though, with TAs, like, it was like, who was it playing the mid TA that just got, like, incredibly active when we were casting it a couple of days ago? And it was, like, wasn't something that we're really expecting, but they, like, roamed across the map, they made the plays because they just didn't have the heroes to be able to do it. I know this is a position 1 TA, so you're not going to have quite as many levels to be able to do that, but I kind of feel like that's how Ukyo needs to be playing it. Like, when he gets into, just the Blightstone, even if he wants to go like Dragonlance first, just to stay further away from the DP, just making a rotation, taking bottom tower, for example, to open up the map a little bit for the rest of the team. Maybe then he can just like park himself between the ancient camp and the two neutral camps down at bottom and the creep wave.
I suppose a lot of that's going to come down to how Ukyo is going to be able to get out of this lane. So double range versus the clock and the Death Prophet.
Feels pretty good. This is one of the lanes where you actually want double range.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Death Prophet really thrives against those melee matchups where we're able to look to utilize the Spirit Siphon. We're going to have to see a pretty early boot from Ukyo. It does have it queued up right now to try and play his distance away from the Death Prophet, but I feel like this lane comes down to Fish King on the Clockwork. If he can get the wraparounds, maybe how he's able to manipulate the lane as well, if they get like a hard camp pull or if they continue to have this small camp blocked as well.
This is going to be one of the hardest Clockwork matchups you can possibly imagine, right? Because they're making a little bit of a play onto Ukyo, but like, if he goes on Ukyo is going to be on the creep wave a lot of the time. The battery assault is going to push the lane. That's not really something that you want. If you go onto the Shadow Demon, as he has twice, he's just going to disrupt you and be able to walk away. So it's like a no-win sort of situation. He just needs to make sure that they're not pulling.
A little bit of spells getting traded back and forth. Summer wasn't able to continue to play aggressive, though, as soon as DQQ jumped into the lane, but this is, I think this is going to be another lane that we have a lot of action. Crystal Maiden, Chaos Knight, some incredible laners, honestly, some of the best in their respective roles. And we're going to see them look to get aggressive once again. Boundless Strike tries to hold them back. DQQ's done a very good job so far. Might be able to get the kill on the Jumi. Not going to be the case, though. So it feels like this lane, a lot of it's going to come down to just the resources and how much you ferry out. Like, I mean, Jumi's got multiple mangoes. Summer doesn't really have any, but it's how you're able to use the spells. And if you just get away, then without those abilities, you can't continue to play aggressive.
Yeah, he just fed him a mango on Summer so that he would be able to go. So they're just looking for an opening to be able to get in onto Tax. Probably would have been able to secure that first blood if they didn't layer the stun and the root, though. So we'll see if they're able to do it again. As soon as Tax comes forward, they're going to look to make a play. I'm just constantly watching Jumi. I've seen him, cancel his Crystal Nova a couple of times just because they want to find that opening. But DQQ, good positioning, basically put himself in the way. Got to be careful about getting too close towards the tower, though. Otherwise, you're just going to get reality rifted back under it. Might even go immediately on the back of this creep wave, like nuke the wave, get... Oh, man, DQQ might still die, but he's dodging a lot.
Can he get any Chingu? Hasn't leveled it up actually just yet, so DQQ. So with the Boundless Strike, he's been using them quite effectively to help reposition.
I mean, he's doing so much in this lane. Like, he denied 2 range creeps, preventing them from getting level 3, so they don't have that damage spike. He uses the Mischief on the Chaos Bolt to dodge that damage. He's got a bunch of Fairy Fires, and now he's pulling the lane. Like, he is doing an incredible job on this bottom side.
And it's giving Tax enough time to work into the Vanguard. Like, he's already
go
got the ring
for
of health
Tajumi
and
here?
a decent amount of gold to be able to work towards that item, which might just mean they can't kill him. Like, it's going to heavily mitigate a lot of the damage coming out from the Chaos Knight once you get this item.
I think they're wanting to go onto the CM if they go to contest
Boundless
this.
Man onto 2. What is DKK doing to them? This Monkey King is just obliterating the bottom lane, and now Summer's probably going to go down as well. Scorch Earth, can they get the tick? They do indeed. So that was pretty much a full wave denied to the hard camp. Now they're going to miss out on a decent chunk of creeps as well.
He is... I cannot state it enough. He is playing amazingly. Mid lane, Totoro might be about to get solo killed here. We'll need to pop the wand, and, well, you get a TP coming in from base. So SD going to be able to refill the bottle, thankfully enough. What happened there? Why did he walk all the way back to base on SD?
He may... Yeah, I was going to say may have been stacking, but it's the minute mark now, so I'm actually not quite sure. You see Radiant done a pretty good job to get an early ward out. Dire had their ward first, so maybe it was actually scouted with that rotation to the jungle from Fish King. It does look like this top lane, they're getting a lot out of it. Ukyo top of the last hits, the Death Prophet 27 and 5. Feel like I'm going to be looking towards that first exit of the game, but back to bottom again, Tax. Some danger, but with the EQQ nearby, they might look to turn it. Tax is pretty tanky with the Vanguard. It was strong enough to be able to dive deep under the tower, and another death onto the Crystal Maiden.
Not really what you want as this lane dominator, is it? I mean, with Tux, if he doesn't have that Vanguard, he doesn't go for that kill. Tower is still dealing way too much damage at this stage of the game. But with it picked up off the back of those first 2 kills, they can go just to swing the lane even further in their favor. Now DQQ goes back. He'll be able to see that the camp is blocked up. He should hopefully be able to de-ward it in time, and he does. So, mate, he is actually doing so much. He set up his Doom game. He's setting up his TA's game. Mid lane still going in favor of Butterfly Effect with a pretty strong net worth lead, actually, about 800 in his favor. And Pango actually TP'd back out to lane pretty recently.
Butterfly Effect's going to get involved in another kill here. EQQ... They should be able to see him pretty shortly somehow. They still have vision. Now, anyway. Now, UQ... I might be able to get a kill into Fish King, but without the traps leveled up just yet, Fish King is okay. It has shoved the Templar Assassin back into the jungle, and TZY has got the Exo and the Catapult. So it looks like this tower is going to go down for free without anyone to contest it.
And this is the real advantage that Cactus's draft has, right? Like, there's nothing really that iG.Vitality can do to stop this. Right now, Fish King is just being annoying, basically, taking away a bunch of these creeps from the TA, slowing her down a little bit. He's been able to take 2, leech some experience off of that. Will Yukio be able to get the kill? Maybe just seeing that rocket flare, he'll say, well, he doesn't have the power cog, so I'm going to be able to chase him down. But at least he's able to take 2, stops Yukio from farming a little bit, but if you can farm a hero, you're satisfied enough. They take the tower too, though, so... Say, job well done by Clock.
So the side lanes have gone much better than I was expecting for iG.Vitality, but this mid lane is really the big thing that they've got an issue with at the moment. Where the Pango is so far behind the Queen of Pain in regards to the net worth. There's bottom, they're going to make the attempt onto Tax. They'll need Butterfly Effect for this kill. It's only 1 point here in the screen, but with the maxed out Shadow Strike, they should be able to slowly dwindle him down. And it doesn't look like there's going to be a turnaround potential with that ultimate on Tax. No one else was looking to TP in, so finally a big kill for them to find. That was the hero on top of the net worth, so a lot of gold and experience given over.
They're actually going to make a play towards mid, pick up the Illusion Rune on Pango, but he had to use his Rolling Thunder for that purpose, so... I mean, it seems like a lot of tempo that you've just given up to be able to secure a single rune just so that you can stay in this lane, and, well, I feel like all the while, Pop's... It is, but I feel like Quop's going to feel empowered to be able to make a play towards top, for example. I mean, they might even just play on mid just because they've got the CM here as well. Low on mana as well on the Pango, but able to get out of the root at least.
Yeah, the reason why I was saying there's a big rune, I was hoping maybe he played a little bit more passive to a Rolling Thunder, because of the illusion, you could get out of Frostbite, you get out of the Max Shadow Strike as well, so if you maybe just chill out a little bit, wait for that auto to make a play on the side lanes, then you'd be able to get a value on the illusion, and potentially off the back of that you could get a kill. But Force used a bit defensively mid lane, and now Totoro's not going to have it for this invasion. Fish King, he's going to run straight into the Pango. He doesn't get some distance away, but the Frostbite holds him inside the cogs. There's the Sonic Wave once again from Butterfly Effect to shut it down with the Pangolier, and now they're going to look to try and take away some of Yukio's jungle.
Doom bottom
though, Doom's out onto the Chaos Knight. Can they slow him down though? Boundless Strike's already been used, so DQQ won't be able to catch up, but it looks like CK will live, and meanwhile Tax, well, he's not going to be so fortunate with multiple heroes TPing in to protect Summer. Tax just stepped a little bit too far forward, and will be penalized for that.
I wonder if they even just choose to push into this bottom tower. Yeah, they got the Exo available. Why not? You make those big rotations, make the most out of your time down here while you can. Shadow Demon's TPing down, but without the Doom, I'm not really sure that they can do too much about this.
Otto's coming as well. See what they can do there with the Pango. Has that Rolling Thunder back up?
CK's still here. Have to be very careful.
Here's the attempt. Banishment to enable them to get close enough. Fish King tries to disrupt it with the cogs, but it's not going to be enough. TZY though, playing with the Spirit Siphon charges, but the damage is going to come through too fast for him to repair off the back of that. And Summer, I don't see him TPing up, but they won't have a way to stop it, so they will put an end to the Exo push down bottom.
He had 17 one charges. I was thinking maybe he might want to pop them. Still probably would have died, but with the 2 Spirit Siphons that he had off at the time, probably would have been able to live long enough to confirm this mid tower going down. You've got Butterfly Effect with DD, with a Siege Creep pushing into the tower, and well, DQQ off of that gets his level 6, so he might just be able to drop down the Wukongs and force them back here. So again, like, it's just, what are you willing to sacrifice to get something else out of it? And I feel like DP surviving for another 2-3 seconds probably nets you this tier 1 tower mid without any issues. They still probably will take it, but could have been a bit of a riskier proposition. This is not what you want, though. You don't want Ukyo and Tax farming the same area. You know, they've both got capabilities of taking a bunch of these with the Scorched Earth, of course, with the Psyblades, 3 points into it as well. So any time that they're just around the same sort of region is not an ideal situation.
Hookshot in from Fish King. They instantly see the Doom TP top, so they want to try and make a play off the back of that. The ultimate coming out from Jumi. SJ is going to be able to put an end to it, but the Sonic Wave clips onto Ukyo. Refraction's going to be up in a couple of seconds. Ukyo should be able to survive through the damage. It might turn to the Clockwork, and now they've got the Rolling Thunder to bounce off the wall as well. Totoro has got the damage they do. Well, actually, oh, he got away. Okay. Blink was there. Nonetheless, they still got 2 supports and kept Ukyo alive while the Doom was getting a full double wave up top. So that is a great sequence of events here from iG.Vitality.
They get the regen bot, though, on Totoro. He's had to be forced back to base a couple of times so far. Won't be the case anymore. He's working in towards that Diffusal Blade, which I really like. You know, you're really going to hinder DP's survivability in a lot of these fights. CK's effectiveness as well. So if you could just look to take away a lot of that mana, you're not going to have Spirit Siphon. You're not going to have that chain control that you're really going to need to be able to lock down these more mobile heroes or just elusive. You know, Monkey King can be elusive. Doom's so damn fast. Pango, we know what he's able to do, and Shadow Demon should never really be caught on the front lines. It was good positioning there by SJ as well to be able to stop that attempt onto the TA.
Pretty goddamn poor here on SJ. Lowest net worth out of everyone in this game. Very far behind some of the other supports as well. And he could be vital, honestly, with the with the Purge to mitigate some of the effectiveness out of TZY's DQQ. Again, he's just toying with them. Look at all the vision he's providing the team. Sees double supports. Maybe that could set up for a fight. Totoro is wanting to try and TP in. I'll make the go onto the Clockwork. Looks like Fish King should go down as a result to this, and it's going to be DQQ that gets it.
What's the opposite of regicide?
He's going Diffusal as well here for the Monkey.
Don't hate it. Again, it just, you know that eventually they're going to run into you. So something like Diffusal is going to help your farming speed a little bit. it's also going to enable like these things like the Boundless, like the Wukongs, to be able to do so much more. I'm really expecting like a Diffusal Wukong sort of build out of him. Diffusal Wukongs. Diffusal Mage Slayer build out of him during the Wukongs.
Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I have to be really happy with the status quo of this game, right? The fact that, again, I think Ukyo is freely been farming 0 deaths inside the river. Fish King gonna make the start onto SJ. Freezing field from Jumi just to maybe I'll guarantee the kill. Yeah, sharp points. Right, we'll go with that. So just kill into the Shadow Demon top lane now. On to DQQ with the Monkey King. He's had a pretty solid game so far, but first time he's going to step a little bit too far over that line. I'm going to be able to condemn him for that, but regardless, you still have the cause getting a lot out of the map. Tax top of the net worth. He's gone back for that Midas after the Vanguard and the Arcane, and he's got the Greaves queued up as well, so he's looking to go down this Aura route.
I'm really wanting to see Cactus play a little bit more up towards the top side of the map. You know, they've already taken mid, they've already taken tier 1 top as well. Maybe they're just wanting to wait for the Greaves to come out for their DP before they make that sort of play. But I feel like if you're not putting more aggressive play up towards the top side, Ukyo is just going to keep extending this lead.
They're hunting that Death Prophet. He might run into the trap pretty shortly, and they're going to veer their attention back. Totoro with the U-turn. And he's so far away from the tower, but... Oh, okay. SJ's going to be there, at least with the banishment. I thought maybe the silence to disrupt the Rolling Thunder attempt. Of course, SJ was easily able to put an end to the TP out, so great smoke from iG.Vitality.
Love this ward that SJ placed down as well before they went for that attempt. Just giving information if there were going to be any TP rotations coming, not putting it onto the high ground under any sort of vision. So, yeah, I wonder if DP is going to TP up top now off the back of this, because someone's going to need to address bottom. You know, you can't leave this many creeps just coming into your tower, especially a siege creep wave for free. Maybe, again, he's just going to go back there. He doesn't have the TP available, so we'll need to just run out, but I'm really expecting to see, like...
This could be awkward for SJ. Side the river, and Cactus is starting to turn towards the Shadow Demon. Clockwork's going to be able to close the distance. Likes the Cogs to bump Totoro back. It's going to be a little bit too late with it, so they're forced to use the Sonic Wave, but SJ, he's still healthy at the moment. Butterfly Effect gets a glimpse of him, though, with the higher ground ward. We'll get the kill in the end.
They'll know that they've got it up there. That attack range was a little bit too big for nighttime for them to be able to play around with. And where's DP moved towards? Are they gone Roche off the back of this? I mean, he walked bottom, didn't really clear that wave, and then he's walked back towards the mid lane, and then he hasn't been farming anything. Ooh, if they found DQQ, it would have been worth it.
What
as the Dark Soul Summoners farming in the trees. They found it.
That looks so weird. Random Dark Soul Summoner, okay.
Dr. Greaves, and they are going to pop that Exo. Again, just level 1 Exo. Maybe just feeling like, look, no Rolling Thunder, no Purge. It's going to be up in 10 seconds, but with the Freezing Field, with the Exo, with the minus armor, we will be able to do this quickly enough. They're going to be right. Okay. Not really seeming to want to contest right now. Still playing off that high ground wall while they can, because they know that iG.Vitality are going to look to deward it. But at least they're playing on the correct side of the map, you know? This is going to be what's enabling them to go for a few more further plays. They're even spying Tax underneath this observer wall, just waiting for backup right now to be able to connect through, but no hook shot for another 10 seconds.
They're going to have to slow him down on Butterfly Effect so Jumi can get the Frostbite out. He should be able to do so with ease. Tax, another death given over. Doom slowing down his item progression. Was able to pick up the Greaves before he died, but that's a bit of a window. Then it can now look to get some of the lane shoved out. Totoro's going to do a good job, though. Gets mid push in as well, so going to have to respond. I have some pretty good map control down bottom. A lot of time for Ukyo. All right, and we're going to see it. Fish King. Hogs push back, and they get in range. Jumi, he's going to be able to close the distance. Now Butterfly Effect. He's there with the damage as well. Unstoppable streak here for the Queen of Pain. And just these past couple of minutes, we've seen Cactus be making some pretty good rotations across the map.
They have. I mean, they've been playing off of their strengths, right? They've got the tools to be able to push a little bit more effectively. Like the CK, if he wanted to pop the Phantasm, as he does now, he's going to be able to push into this tower. They might be able to pick off SJ here. especially with that silence going in onto him and preventing a lot of this escape potential.
A lot of time kind of wasted, though. Oh,
Is it wasted,
if you
though?
get
I mean,
tax...
Yeah.
Is under attack.
He's
I mean,
okay.
they can still push the top tower, right? Like, they're all grouped up together. They've got level 2 exorcism in 30 seconds. They're even going to aggressively glyph, right? Both. They just want to be able to stay up here. They're going to use Greaves on the creep wave. They want to take this area of the map away from iG.Vitality. They're doing the right stuff. DQQ, he's going to try and stall them out even further, but there's only so much that you can do at this stage. Even Totoro with that previous death, it's unfortunate that he was just a tiny little bit in range where he gets caught off by the CM, but he was pushing out that wave so they're not getting like a 2-for-1 lane trade.
Tax gonna get caught out. Potter is still going to be able to look to play around with the Rolling Thunder. This deep inside iG.Vitality's territory, not the greatest spot to be taking an engagement, and as a result, the supports, they're going to be caught out of position. They didn't really have their bodyguards playing in front of them, so iG.Vitality, yes, she'll lose the top tower, but still it's a little bit of time wasted on the Aegis. Ukyo has his BKB now completed, you got Diffusal and DQQ. Like, they are finding these items, and do you feel like it's going to be enough for them to contest into this big 5-on-5 fight that Cactus are waiting for with the second life on Butterfly Effect?
It's a possibility, right? Like, I feel like the Ukyo is the big game changer, right? He's got Desolator, he's got BKB, he's got Dragonlance. So is he going to be able to quickly burst down, for example, a Quap that goes in really quick? I know she's got the Aegis still, and she's about to finish up the Kaya Sanj, so that might be a little bit more of a difficult prospect. But you could certainly look to blow up a DP, for example, even with the Guardian Greaves that she's picked up so far.
I see a real first aggressive maneuver for quite some time on iG.Vitality. Looking to maybe bait Ukyo down bottom. They've got this lane getting shoved out and a really good lane ward that is soon to expire, but the ward you mentioned earlier.
That's not what they're really concerned about right now, though, on Cactus, right? They're like, well, we've got a siege creep, we've got a minute and a half left on this Aegis, and we've got Exorcism up. Let's take away the outpost, and then let's take this tier 2 mid tower. If we force them to use Glyph, and we win another fight, then we can just go up onto high ground because we've got the superior pushing power. They're just using Clockwork right now to try and keep this bottom wave pushed away, but I'm honestly a little puzzled. If they're going to make for this big rotation mid, then I think you need to just fully commit for it, but instead they just lose a tier 2 tower for no trade. Now they've got the potential to TP back and maybe defend this tier 2 tower.
I guess the one thing is that Dai probably... you have to smoke back to the mid lane here if you want to take the fight, and they're going to start onto Ukyo. We'll be able to activate the BKB. Turns it, just assassinates Butterfly Effect. And now they're onto TZY as well, but the Greaves going to help him get some distance away. Purge and Doom, a lot of hate onto the Death Prophet, but that means Summer. He's going to have a free fight now with a Chaos Snipe. Butterfly Effect, an aggressive jump in the middle, is waiting for an opening for the Sonic Wave, but it doesn't look like it's even required, as so much was used on TZY, but he doesn't even go down. And now Butterfly Effect, well, he's still got that ultimate to blow up Tax at the buzzer. So 3 members on iG.Vitality go down, and this tier 2 tower is probably going to take a lot of damage as well. Exo's expired, though.
I think it's fine, right? Again, you use Rolling Thunder, you use Doom, you use Demonic Purge, you use Wukongs. What are you really worried about? Is it a bit extreme to suggest they might look to at least push up onto that tier 3 tower in the mid lane? Maybe it is, just without the Exo, but I mean, again, they really don't have any team fight to fight into. Just wanting to fix the lanes for now. TZY can get into that that halberd as well. Going to provide a lot more survivability for him.
Back live, we do have a hook shot. Fish Kings were able to catch out DQQ into the tree line. So they're going to be able to get the Monkey King. Nothing too heavily committed. Does seem like maybe the game's going to slow down a little bit for a minute or so, and then we might see either side put some priority around that Roche. Need to start to get the vision up. That is going to be a big second Roche to claim. Important Ages, but also the Aghanim Shard as well. A lot of heroes that would love the Shard this game.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if Quap can get it and you can use that silence onto the Shadow Demon, game changer, right? CK's got the Blink Dagger, so you can look to make that jump in onto the squishy target and look to take him out. Clockwork hook shot, of course, The big thing for me is they've got so close to a bunch of big items right now
Mid lane?
on Cactus.
Butterfly effect. Nice use of the illusion rune. It's going to be able to dodge the meld strike, but blinked aggressively. And if they just had one stun nearby, probably would have been dead.
Mm-hmm. Looking to protect these power runes, both teams, as much as possible. These rocket flares have really been on point by Fish King, just revealing so much information specifically about DQQ. And, well, Totoro, he's going to actually roll his way up that river and be able to claim the Invis rune on the top side. So at least, you know, Cactus don't have that to play around with, but they didn't see that the Rolling Thunder was used, so maybe they're going to feel a little bit more hesitant at wanting to go in. Never mind. They're just like, we got our big timings, we got our Boots of Bearing, we've got our Ghost Scepter, we've got Halberd, we've got BKB, we've got Blink Dagger. They're just going to ball up as 5 and go. And no glyph available for iG.Vitality. You get picked off, and you're going to be in a really rough place. At least TA is able to get out of this bottom lane before she gets caught out. Didn't have buyback, of course, and, well, DQQ, he's just trying to keep this lane as pushed away as much as possible. 5-man rotation for a Monkey King doesn't feel that good, especially if you're able to get away like that. He's going to do that to the next wave as well. This is the lane that's going to be pushing in closer to the next objectives that they want to take. They know that Roshan's not going to be up for at least 10-15 seconds, probably about a minute or two longer than that, so just delay what they're able to get out of the map for now.
Yeah, and importantly, it gives time for iG.Vitality to sweep through their top jungle and D-ward and maybe get their own vision down. So you got trap set up, you got sentries lit it down. They're going to know that Cactus have no wards here to take this fight. And importantly, they got the outpost control as well. Buyback could be a very key thing to defend or take Roche.
I mean, DQQ is even just pushing this bottom lane into the tower. So if you can force someone back, then that's going to be obviously the dream.
Easy wise separate from the team. They're going to get the Pango as well, though, off in the river. And now this might give an opening for iG.Vitality. With the Doom committed, it's going to be a trade of heroes. We'll have to see a BKB expended from Tax, but maybe iG.Vitality feels strong. DQQ wanting to try and jump in, but doesn't see the angle.
Was EXO committed as well, though? Luckily enough for Cactus, it's basically going to exactly mirror the timing on the Roshan respawning. So really, it's just about, once again, claiming control over the dire side of the jungle, get the outpost back, place the vision down on that cliff ward. And I'm assuming for Monkey King, he's just going to go right back to business, play down on the bottom side. Looks like he wants to go into the BKB for himself next. I don't hate it. You know, he's just being caught out and burst down a little bit too easily for now. But there we go. Your favorite item purchased up, the gem. They just want to make sure that there's no TA traps littered in tricky situations that might reveal their positioning. But as of right now, not really anything on the top side of the map outside of the stairs up into the jungle on the very top side.
Fish King's positioning. Great spot for the Clockwork to be able to pop the smoke and get out. He's got Force and Ghost Scepter, so what a defensive tool is Fish King. They'll purge up the clock and can't even find the side blades off the cogs as well, so he's not there just yet.
Surely.
Totoro. Oh no, now DQQ as well jumped in the river.
CK
There's another member of iG.Vitality that's going to be in some trouble. They don't have the Doom to take the team fight, so Tax doesn't see a window to jump in and protect them. Sama so close to catching Ukyo, not to be though, but that is now Roche up and probably for free even without the Exo.
Yeah, Jimmy's going to instantly see it. Just how much emphasis is placed on this cliff ward, man. If they didn't have that cliff ward on iG.Vitality as well at the end of that, then Summer would have got a pick off onto the Shadow Demon as well. It's a good use of the Purge, though, onto the clock, prevents him from running away quite so easily, but this is a few too many times that Totoro has just died for nothing.
Yeah, it's really struggling here with the Pango. Haven't been able to feel his influence in this first game. A lot of the pressure is going to be on the back of the Templar Assassin and the Doom. I mean, we do have that Daedalus now complete on the TA, but we're going to be going up against the Aegis and also the Aghanim Shard on Butterfly Effect and an Arcane Rune for good measure. So this is going to be a scary couple of minutes for iG.Vitality.
I mean, it almost bumps CM up in the kill priority, just the fact that she's holding onto that gem, right? To be able to maybe take back a little bit more of your map. I know that you don't have to play around TA traps coming back the other way or any other vision of that sort, but it is just so important for you to maximize the space on this map that you can look to farm on inherently greedy heroes like the Doom and the TA. Even just going into the MKB, realizing that hey, they've got a halberd to be able to play around with. Two, actually.
Mid lane. Do you have iG.Vitality playing by an Ukyo? Maybe trying to bait the carry. Cactus are all nearby as well. They're ready for an engagement. I think they got a glimpse of the monkey in the trees. Play accordingly to that. Lanes are in an okay position for Cactus. Top's getting shoved out. Look to smoke aggressively. It's not going to be easy high ground to kind of brute force through. DQQ. Oh, he didn't get... Oh, he didn't leap away after, so look at the kill. Monkey's going to go down. Should be able to give them control now of this triangle. iG.Vitality going to need it back on out. And with that area denial, Cactus, they're going to continue to choke the map.
I was wondering if they might want to push in up onto that high ground, but they've still got a little bit too much wave clear just from relatively safe spaces to be able to do that, right? Pango able to just pop a shield crash and basically a whole creep wave dies. They'll see the direction that that rocket flare came from, though. Not want to step into Demon just using his illusions. They're even using the boots of bearing just to be able to catch up to it a little bit easier. I mean, they really need to catch this CM.
Oh, what a rocket flare again. Sees him in the tree line, so they're going to be able to react accordingly.
Oh,
the Sonic Wave pushes back Totoro. They're going to get the jump in. Fish King, look at the cogs. There's no escape. Templar Assassin stuck inside the middle of the fight. Taxi's trying to do whatever he can, but the Doom, it's just not going to provide them a whole lot. TZY can charge through the Wukong's command. He doesn't have a whole lot of mana, but Radiant, they're still healthy enough. They can find the remaining members. Down goes DQQ, and I'm surprised it's just two members that end up dying on iG.Vitality. It looked like it could have been so much worse.
Yeah, two pretty important members, though, and again, like they've got this siege creep to be able to play off the back of. They've got Guardian Greaves just being used, and you don't have any ultimates to be able to play around. So they're gonna pop the glyph once again, but the Exorcism Spirits just came back, so it wasn't even going to give them any value anyway. They tanked up a lot of those hits as well. They're trying to find a quick burst onto Totoro once again, but I mean, you don't have any glyphs left after this next one. They're instantly gonna pop it.
Oh, that's deep. That's not gonna matter though. SJ's going to be forced to try and protect his core, but he's going to die along with Totoro. It's going to be a full set of barracks, probably middle as well. I don't think there's much that's stopping Cactus. Even though
TA is going to be back up, but the hero that you're really worried about is Pango, and he's dead for the next 30 seconds. No Doom available for another minute. Even just to support Wukong's, doesn't really feel like it's going to be able to do all that much, and well, with how far ahead they are, they'll just turn around and kill you.
DQQ? No, he jumps somewhere. Try and go for the Queen of Pain. A lot of damage coming out from Ukyo, but the defensive hook shot, it gives Butterfly Effect enough time to be able to react. They'll just bring him down inside the Wukong's. Yeah, like you just said, and they're going to call it. All right. So even though the side lanes went incredibly well from iG.Vitality, the bottom in particular, Tax had a great start. It did not matter in the end. Cactus made some great